Over the last couple of years, WWE has seen more departures than anyone had ever expected. Many were let go, at times on a monthly basis, and fans stood helpless as their favorite wrestlers were suddenly gone. Although this appeared to be a one-time occurrence at the beginning of the pandemic, the firings continued. Oddly enough, these were some of the biggest names like Rusev, Aleister Black, Andrade, and Kurt Angle. Now Triple H is in charge and hiring some back. However, it should be remembered that Nick Khan is still the co-CEO, and at some point, he might come to the conclusion that he has to let more go. This is Wrestling Up, and your 10 wrestlers that might get released next. Before we get into the rest of the video, make sure you subscribe to Wrestling Hub and turn on all notifications to stay up to date with everything in the world of pro wrestling. Also, don't forget to follow us on Instagram at Wrestling Hub Official and follow us on Twitter at Wrestling_Hub. Akira Tozawa is one of the most hilariously booked wrestlers over the last 3 years. Starting off in 205 Live, he had a lot to prove. Unfortunately, he was fighting an uphill battle. Somewhere in the middle, just around the time the pandemic set in, Vince McMahon noticed the potential Tozawa had. That was one of the best things that could happen for him, but it was also not a path of roses. Tozawa was given hilarious gimmicks by McMahon, but firmly in the 24/7 title picture with R-Truth, the dual shenanigans added comedic value. While both would be firmly entangled in the title chase, there would be more than a little to laugh about from the way the two rushed around trying to become champion. He was also made the head of a group of ninjas for a while in an even more ridiculous gimmick. This has made him out to be one of these stars that people can laugh at, but not take seriously. In a company like WWE, stars who can provide humorous segments are always important, but with the 24/7 scene no longer being as vibrant, Tozawa's time could come to an end. MVP is a veteran in WWE and by himself has done a lot for the company in the past 3 years since he returned just before the pandemic. Starting with the Hurt Business, he helped to make Bobby Lashley into a star that everyone has to take seriously, and moved him away from the sillier gimmicks and segments that he was previously involved in. This has made Lashley not only a WWE champion in the past few months, but also has made him into someone who could potentially beat anyone in the company. With Roman Reigns holding the titles for as long as he has, he is the only one of the stars who could potentially beat him in the future, even if that's not on the cards currently. MVP has also become a mouthpiece star, as his work as a manager helped multiple. However, one star he has not really been able to help is Omos. The Giant is one of the tallest stars to ever step foot inside a WWE ring, but that comes along with all of the issues that very tall stars often face. He has been slow in the ring and not athletic. No matter who he faces, it's clear the other person is easily able to outmaneuver him. In fact, he moves slower, at times, than the Great Khali did during his latter days in the company. Thus, despite having the physical presence and all the potential in the world, he has not been able to live up to it. To add to this, he has been severely lacking in charisma. While MVP has helped him, it's not enough. He's been reset twice, and the up and down booking has not helped. Unfortunately, even if WWE don't want to, he might be on the chopping block during the next round of releases. Vince Russo felt Omos might leave WWE soon if Lashley beats him, and Lashley did beat the star. If Lashley does go over strong, I'm afraid you've seen the last of Omos. That's how they do business, otherwise the match would make no sense. It's gonna be ugly. It's such a dangerous mismatch. No way they're gonna put somebody that green over Lashley. I would think after that, you would not see Omos again. As for MVP, the star had only planned to return for a one-off match, but has since stayed on from 2020. While fans would be sorry to see him go, a release could be on the horizon. Another former member of the Hurt Business, Shelton Benjamin's return to the company appeared to be cursed. Rumored to originally come back in 2016, the star unfortunately suffered an injury that put him on the sidelines. When he did return, his booking was far from the best. As a part of multiple failed tag teams, his most notable run in WWE came as a part of the Hurt Business. Even that had a sudden conclusion with his feud with Cedric, leading to the two of them splitting up, before Lashley kicked them out of the faction altogether. Since then, he has been treated as enhancement talent at best. It might be for everyone's benefit if he is released in the next round of cuts in WWE, because that way, he will be able to preserve at least part of the legacy he built during his prime. After debuting Shanky on the main roster as Jinder Mahal's lackey with Veer as well, WWE broke up the team, while Veer went to Raw, Jinder and Shanky went to SmackDown. Since then, the two disappeared from TV for a lengthy period. They would show up occasionally, but mostly it was to quickly lose and not be seen for a while. Currently, Shanky is in the middle of a gimmick where he starts dancing the moment he hears music, because booking a giant to be simple-minded is a specialty of WWE. Triple H could possibly save him and make him a bigger star, but for the moment, it appears the company is planning to split him from Jinder, and the star might not be ready for that big push he'd need to be relevant. For that reason, he could be let go next. Aliyah is yet another star that WWE has not really done anything with. For a while now, she has been a part of the main roster, but not made a mark. After debuting and being put in a feud with Charlotte Flair, it appeared the company was putting a break on her push immediately. Given that she had been part of WWE as a part of NXT for the better part of 10 years now, the star might not get too much more time to prove what she can do. Former WWE manager Zeb Coulter, aka Dutch Mantel, also talked about the issues surrounding Aliyah. That girl is green, isn't she? Really, really green. I'd say that Natalya did a pretty good job with her, but that first interview they did when Aliyah left the room, horrible interview. Horrible. It just didn't click. She can't talk. She can't get the lines out. You can tell she's nervous in the first interview they did when she was talking about the Book of Records. Aliyah should be an enhancement talent. She doesn't know what she's doing. How can you spend 7 years being warehoused with these same people and go out there and look lost? You go to the ring. This is like the second week, and you don't even wrestle. You just stand there like a statue for like 5 or 6 minutes, and you pick up your money. I guess she's making $400 grand a year or whatever she's making. 500, I guess maybe. But if she was making $50, she didn't do nothing. She just stood there. It remains to be seen if WWE share his opinion or not. Commander Azeez is another victim of poor booking in the past 2 years. He was paired with Apollo Crews as an enforcer. The two even looked good for a while when WWE was pushing Crews, but now that time is gone. Crews has gone back down to NXT where he is still doing a good job and having entertaining matches. Commander Azeez has also gone down to the developmental brand, but he has not been wrestling often. He has seemingly disappeared in the pool of talent. Former WWE writer Vince Russo also criticized the use of Azeez, saying, "There's nothing intimidating about him. I swear, it's like they don't even know how to use a bodyguard anymore. It's like they forgot the purpose and the principle of having a bodyguard." Roderick Strong has been unhappy in WWE. This is well known. Going from being a part of the Undisputed Era to being a part of the Diamond Mine, Strong has not had the best trajectory in the brand. According to Dave Meltzer, he's requested to leave the company multiple times. However, he has been beaten down and prevented from doing so. The star clearly might want to join his friends in AEW, but now with Triple H in charge of creative, it'll be interesting to see if he changes his mind. Thanks to accusations of abuse against Nash Carter from his ex-wife Kimberly, he was fired from the company. This left Wes Lee without a tag team partner. Since then, he's been pushed as a single star, but WWE have plans to put Lee together with Nathan Frazier while he's waiting to get a better shot, and that might help him find the footing he has been so desperately lacking. It was noted in The Observer that they'll be a good team, yeah, if they put them together, and they may, and it actually makes sense to do so, because it would give Frazier a good shot, and in that kind of a role, in a tag team, the size thing wouldn't work much against them. If, however, this team fails, it might be the last WWE fans see of Wes Lee. Although a spectacular tag team competitor, his work as a single star has been lacking, and it's not certain it will improve. A vocal critic of WWE under Vince McMahon has been Mustafa Ali. Transparent in his attempts to leave WWE, he has called out the company multiple times for his portrayal on programming. He requested his release, but that was denied. According to Fightful, one of the reasons he was denied was because of the value he was adding to the company. Other than a couple of appearances on Raw, Ali has not been involved in any storylines, and mostly wrestles on the main event show. He has a year of his contract left, so WWE could consider releasing him if the situation does not improve. With Triple H in charge, there's a chance he could stay, but only time will tell. And these were 10 wrestlers that might be released next in WWE. I hope you're all having a great day. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you later.